From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Friday morning. We've almost made it to the holiday weekend. It is going to be a beautiful holiday weekend, at least through Sunday. Dry, warming things up, plenty of sunshine, but the pattern into next week is going to be cooler. It's going to be a little bit more damp. For the in-between, the pivot day will be on Memorial Day. Winds picking up, unfortunately, fuels looking very dry, so we are going with an alert day for fire concerns for Memorial Day. We'll have a lot more to say about this later in the show. Okay, wind gusts this morning, not a factor at all. Temperatures are mild. We're seeing things in the 40s and 50s, 50 for Walla Walla, 45 for the Tri-Cities, 47 for Yakima, 42 degrees in Ellensburg. Here's your coat cast for this Friday for the Tri-Cities. A light jacket stuff through 9 a.m., 10 a.m. After that, it's going to be all t-shirt weather, as well as highs that'll end up in the mid-80s. So for today, for lower elevations, lots of sunshine, highs getting up into the 70s, but mostly into the 80s. A gorgeous day. Get out there and enjoy it if you can help it. And we'll be a little bit warmer as we head into this weekend, but then the pattern flipping, the alert day, we'll have a lot more to say about all that. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now, changing weather conditions drive fire danger to high levels in Benton County. The restrictions you should know about to help protect your community.
And Washington State Patrol launches a major safety push on Highway 395 ahead of Memorial Day weekend, understanding the 3 E's of road safety.
Also ahead, a Kennewick apartment complex becomes the scene of a deadly cruelty discovery, the evidence that led to an arrest.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good Friday morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. Your time is 6:02 as you get your day started. I'm Wendy Redman.
And you can call me Nicole.
We begin this morning with an important alert. Fire danger in Benton County is high. People are reminded that no residential burning is allowed within city limits and the surrounding areas. Even when burning is listed as allowed, people must call the burn line first due to weather conditions that can quickly change. Upper Yakima Valley and Kittitas County have already been in the high category, the lower Yakima Valley still in moderate.
A Walla Walla County judge has found Franklin County Sheriff Jim Raymond in contempt of court for failing to follow a court order he returned alleging county-owned property. In a hearing yesterday, Judge Brandon Johnson says Sheriff Raymond must hand over 6 guns, a fingerprint scanner, taser cartridges, and a patrol car by Wednesday, May 27th, or he will face a $3,500 fine. He'll be fined an additional $1,000 a day after May 27th until he complies. Sheriff Raymond says he's following the law and has called another press conference for Tuesday. We will make that presser available on our website and social media platforms.
In continuing coverage this morning, 3 Washington state agencies are teaming up to make a dangerous stretch of US 395 safer. The corridor has seen several fatal crashes over the past few years. This morning, Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz shows us what's now in the works.
Frequent drivers of this stretch of Highway 395 know of its dangers. But what about people traveling the road for the first time? It's that lack of familiarity that Washington State Patrol says makes the highway so dangerous.
When I was out here not too long ago, I had to stop somebody that completely cut us off in the acceleration lane. And upon contacting that driver, I explained to him that acceleration lane, what the purpose of it was, and he had no clue that lane even existed.
I'm told that there are 3 E's to keeping roads safe. That is enforcement, engineering, and education. And in this case, education may be the most important out of those 3. And education is what the Washington Department of Transportation and WSP are pushing for. WashDOT says it's made a video highlighting how to merge onto US 395 the right way.
What we want to do is help educate drivers on how to use those acceleration, deceleration lanes because they're there for their safety. And so again, we've teamed up with the Washington State Traffic Commission as well as the Washington State Patrol to put together an education video that we'll have out on our social media and on our YouTube channels.
WashDOT's Target Zero program is also working to educate local companies who drive through the highway in order to teach employees how to stay safe while on the road. And in enforcement, WSP is taking the helm, pledging to increase emphasis patrols in the area over the next couple months.
Every week we've had a designated trooper come out and intentionally work this stretch of 395. I can tell you that's going to be well over 10 emphasis patrols between May and June.
While nothing is currently in the works for engineering, WSDOT says that it's possible a traffic review could come in the future. Some safety improvements have already been made, including lowering the speed limit from 70 to 65 miles an hour for a stretch of the highway. Law enforcement officers are telling drivers to be extra cautious during the Memorial Day weekend as roads begin to get busy. Reporting from Pasco, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
Franklin County Commissioners have officially voted to reinstate millions in funding for the Columbia Valley Center for Recovery. Commissioners approved releasing the second half of more than $5.5 million county investment into the Recovery Center project. County Administrator Brian Danzel pushed back on claims circulating online that the county had tens of millions sitting unused in mental health care funds, saying the actual balance is just over $10.6 million.
I believed then, as I believe now, that this is a critical and needed facility in our community.
Commissioners also stress they want accountability from the facility's operators moving forward, while emphasizing the Recovery Center will serve patients from across Washington state once it opens.
In community events, a Memorial Day event in Kennewick is inviting families to hit the ground running this holiday weekend. The Columbia Basin Veterans Center is hosting a Memorial Day 5K and family run on Monday. It's at the Regional Veterans Memorial at Columbia Basin Park in Kennewick. Registration is $30 for adults, $10 for kids 12 and younger. Check-in begins at 7:30 a.m. with the run starting at 8.
The key is that we're gathering on purpose. The Columbia Basin Veterans Center is trying to get all of our citizens, veterans alike, to come together and to make sure that we are walking and caring for this day. So the gold star behind us represents those families who lost somebody in the midst of battle while they're on duty.
You can either sign up online now or in person on Monday. Organizers say the event supports the Columbia Basin Veterans Center. The Tri-City Dust Devils made history Wednesday with 8 home runs against the Everett Aqua Sox. 8.
We are set to get underway.
It's the most home runs a team has hit in a single game in the 70-year history of the Northwest League. The offensive fireworks started on the very first pitch of the game, a home run hit by Caleb Bartolero.
Very cool. 7 different Dust Devils hit home runs in this, which, by the way, also set a new Northwest League record.
Incredible.
Big congrats to them. All right, well, folks, get ready for crowded roads and airports as the Memorial Day travel surge begins. We'll tell you how Americans are kicking off their long weekend. And Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth coming back with more on your First Alert weather forecast. Here's a live look out to Ellensburg as you get your Friday going. But what's it looking like as we head into your long weekend? And there is a big change on the way as well. Josh is going to talk about all of that when we return.
This Memorial Day sales event, your local Ford stores proudly salute you. Now get employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs during the Memorial Day sales event. You pay what we pay.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow. And Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm the key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
This Memorial Day sales event, your local Ford stores proudly salute you. Now get employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs during the Memorial Day sales event. You pay what we pay.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. The forecast is going to stay dry. We'll warm things up through Sunday. After that, the pattern will flip. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first, let's talk about your Friday forecast. For the Tri-Cities, going to be up around 80 by lunchtime and then closer to 85 for the warmest part of the day. So let's take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off up in the Cascades where we're going to be in the 60s and 70s. And then for the Kittitas Valley, up around 80 degrees. Looks like the winds are going to be pretty calm, at least during the daytime. The same thing for the Yakima Valley, mid-80s up and down the valley. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, we will be in the low to mid 80s. Could maybe have some upper 70s down towards Boardman. It's always a little bit cooler there because of some local impacts, but 85 for the Tri-Cities. And then for the Blue Foothills, we're looking at temperatures around 80. And then for the Blue Mountains, 60s, 70s, and even sunny and 75 for Ukiah and southern Umatilla County. Okay, the temperature's going to stay in the mid 80s for the Tri-Cities over the next few days. Memorial Day is still actually going to be warmer than normal by about 5 degrees, but look, from Sunday to Tuesday, we're going to cool things off by 17 degrees. We'll rebound after that, but obviously there's a cold front that's going to pass us for Memorial Day, and that's going to bring up wind gusts, and the vegetation already pretty dry out there, so I have a lot more to say about the fire concerns for Memorial Day coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. The Memorial Day travel rush is underway in a big way. Thursday through Monday promises to be record-breaking. Reed Binion reports.
With the closure of Spirit, I've had to rebook all my flights that they canceled.
A former Spirit Airlines customer navigating Memorial Day travel without the discount carrier.
I'm flying like JetBlue, United, Delta, and my flight for today is for Frontier.
She's among tens of millions of people taking to the skies, the roads, the rails, and even the high seas for what AAA predicts will be a record for Memorial Day weekend travel. Between Thursday, May 21st and Monday, May 25th, AAA estimates 45 million people will travel 50 miles or more from home. Roughly 39 million of those people are expected to travel by car. Those drivers are facing the highest gas prices in nearly 4 years. According to AAA, the national average for a gallon of regular gas hit $4.56 Thursday. GasBuddy projects the national average will be $4.48 a gallon on Memorial Day, which would be the second highest Memorial Day price on record. And there's nowhere to hide. AAA reports fuel is at or above $4 a gallon in all 50 U.S. states plus Washington, D.C., the first time that's happened since 2022. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
GasBuddy expects prices to ease slightly by Memorial Day. Will we see a quiet stretch of weather this Memorial Day weekend? The unofficial kickoff to summer forecast is still ahead. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
Protect your dreams under our roof.
How about the name Indigo?
I like Sapphire.
Sapphire.
And based on how you drive, you could get a rate as personal
What about Big Blue?
as the car you love. Get a quote at amfam.com.
Now, what are we gonna name the baby?
The Memorial Day mattress savings are on now at Walker's Furniture and Mattress, where all your favorite mattress brands are on sale with incredible savings on Beautyrest, Serta, and 40 more styles to choose from. Upgrade your sleep and pay over time with 0% interest for 5 years. No money down and no minimum purchase. Plus, get free delivery and take home up to $300 in free furniture with select sets. Only at Walker's, where quality just costs less.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sam Strebel provides the full spectrum of orthopedic care.
A lot of times when I talk to patients, they're in so much pain that they can't do their hobbies. We can use the machine to balance the knee before we make any bony resections, and then that will hopefully translate to a faster recovery and a better, more natural feeling knee.
To learn more about services including robotic joint replacement at Prosser Orthopedic Center, visit prosserhealth.org.
We all love the feeling of saving during a Memorial Day sale. Now, let's make that feeling last all month long. Discover the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback, completely redesigned and built for everything life throws your way. Right now at McCurley Subaru, we're making it easier than ever to upgrade with special financing as low as 2.49% APR for 60 months on the new 2026 Subaru Outback. Discover the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback today at McCurley Subaru. Your way home.
Protect your dreams under our roof.
How about the name Indigo?
I like Sapphire.
Sapphire.
And based on how you drive, you could get a rate as personal
What about Big Blue?
as the car you love. Get a quote at amfam.com.
Now, what are we gonna name the baby?
Apple Valley News Now, honored to be Emmy nominated for investigative reporting of the Sarah Clayson case, the off-duty trooper who police say drove drunk and crashed into a motorcycle, killing the driver. Our exhaustive examination raised questions about that night and whether she may have received special treatment. This is accountability journalism, and we are honored to be the only broadcast station in our area to receive an Emmy nomination. Apple Valley News Now, asking tough questions, demanding answers, and always on your side. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
We do have an alert day in place for Memorial Day, as it's going to be windy. The fire fuels are going to be very dry out there, so we'll have more to say about that in a second. But first, I did want to touch on Saturday, because Saturday is no walk in the park either in terms of the fire setup. It will be very dry out there, and it will be quite windy in the Kittitas Valley, gusts between 40 to 45 miles per hour. And into the evening, actually, those pick up a little bit more for the Yakima Valley and for the Lower Columbia Basin. So you can see hour-by-hour wind gusts for yourself, just like that, for your exact home address location by downloading our weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. But the fuels are going to be drier for Monday. There's going to be a better combination of ingredients for Monday, pretty much on the cusp of being critically dry for Memorial Day, and the wind gusts are going to be consistently stronger across the map, anywhere between 35 to 40 miles per hour. In this environment, fires could start or spread quickly, but there's a little caveat to the forecast for Memorial Day, and it might counteract some of the rain chances, or excuse me, it might counteract some of the fire danger that we'll have. But the rain chance is going to end up being pretty small. It's from this storm system that is just to the south of the Bering Strait. It's going to mosey on over to our direction, our neck of the woods, and then you see the rain chances for Memorial Day and Tuesday, not that impressive at all, just 10 to 20% chances. And in terms of the rainfall that we're expecting, lower elevations, it's going to be a real uphill battle to even pick up 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. So fingers crossed that maybe that uptick in moisture could sort of work against some of the fire concerns. But it's very nuanced, which is why we're going with an alert day anyway. So here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities: dry, sunny, and warming up through Sunday, then a pattern flip for next week. In Yakima, mid-80s and sunny through Sunday, then cooler and windier for Memorial Day. In Ellensburg, watching winds pick up for Saturday, but fire fuels will be drier overall by Monday. And then for Hermiston, dry and warming up through Sunday, then a cooler and damper pattern starting Memorial Day. Finally, for Walla Walla, a lovely stretch of weather over the next 3 days. and slightly a little bit more unsettled starting on Monday.
Oh my goodness, this is the time of year when I feel like I especially need to pay attention to the weather forecast, because some days it's shorts and tank top weather for me, and it feels like yesterday it was pretty nice out there, even hot in the sun. And then other days you're like, oh, I still kind of need not to bundle up. That's a little bit of an exaggeration. That's me being dramatic.
I would say bundle
a little
up.
bit, yeah.
Yeah, maybe instead of the
mornings.
Yeah, instead of the lightest jacket, maybe your intermediate jacket, right? But that cool down from I believe it's from Sunday to Tuesday in the Tri-Cities, we're going to be 17 degrees cooler. So, to your point, yeah.
Noticeable.
Noticeable, yeah.
All right, well, your time is 6:20. Up next, we take a look at how the racing world is responding to the sudden death of NASCAR driver Kyle Busch. What he said just days before his death. We'll be right back.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow. And Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
Have you heard? Tempur-Pedic sleep is better sleep. With innovative materials developed for astronauts, Tempur-Pedic mattresses reduce motion transfer, which means less tossing and turning, so you can sleep undisturbed through the night. But which Tempur-Pedic is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. Let our expert sales staff guide you to your perfect Tempur-Pedic. And right now, save up to $1,000 on select Tempur-Pedic Split King sleep system. Or check out the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice Plush. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
We're here for those who build America. Those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay off tomorrow. Who will drive America forward for 250 years to come. If that's who you are, you should pay what we pay.
Now get employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing. You pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust.
Just some stunned reactions coming in this morning after the unexpected passing of NASCAR driver Kyle Busch.
Busch was a huge presence on the racing scene, known for a brash, polarizing personality and for winning.
Yeah, ABC's Andrea Fujii says his family reported his death after a severe illness.
This morning, the racing world in shock after the sudden death of two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch behind the wheel, winning.
At just 41 years old, the married father of two died after being hospitalized with what his family describes as a severe illness. They did not elaborate. Reaction pouring in overnight. Denny Hamlin saying absolutely cannot comprehend this news. Dale Earnhardt Jr. saying, I will never be able to make sense of this loss, but I am thankful that we had found a way to become friends. Just 12 days ago, Busch radioed his crew during this race in upstate New York, asking a doctor to give him a shot. He was reportedly struggling with a sinus cold, made worse by the intense G-forces and elevation changes of the course.
He has asked to have medical attention available after the race.
I'm going to need a shot. Copy.
Although no cause of death has been given, doctors say bad colds can turn deadly.
In some situations, what may seem like a routine cold can actually turn into pneumonia, sepsis, meningitis, or may even affect other organs in your body. This can lead to some severe complications.
Busch won more races across NASCAR's 3 national series than any other driver in history. Just last week, after winning at Dover Motor Speedway, he gave a now very meaningful response to a reporter's question.
Why do these moments never get old, Kyle?
Because you never know when the last one is.
Off the track, Busch's family took front and center. He and his wife Samantha were vocal in the past about their struggles with infertility. In 2021, they spoke on the Tamron Hall Show about IVF, hoping to help other families.
When we were starting to go through it, we were trying to research, and there wasn't a whole lot out there.
In a joint statement last night, NASCAR and the Busch family saying Kyle was a rare talent, one who comes along once in a generation. He was fierce, he was passionate, he was immensely skilled, and he cared deeply about the sports and fans.
He was somebody who was willing, even at the top of his game and winning NASCAR championships, to still go and mentor and give advice to a teenager like me and a lot of other young drivers that came through his organization.
Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York. Wow, yeah, I saw the news of this yesterday, just saying that he was battling a severe illness, and I thought, well, he's young, you know, and and so when I heard the news of his passing, I was blown away, because that is incredibly young and very sad news.
Yeah, very sad world for anyone that's in racing right now.
Yeah, rest in peace.
All right. Well, a disturbing discovery leads to an animal cruelty arrest back here at home. How the alleged abuse was exposed at a Kennewick apartment complex.
A major economic development takes shape near Hermiston by the port of Umatilla and is transforming a former chemical depot into an industrial site.
Looking for a used vehicle? Trust the dealer with over 60 years in the Tri-Cities, Overturf Volkswagen. Find a large expanded inventory, fully serviced and thoroughly reconditioned vehicles, on-the-spot financing, top dollar for your trade. Overturf Volkswagen, Kennewick.
Save with Bi-Mart's 71st Anniversary Savings Book. Watch for it in your mailbox. Join the Bi-Mart family where $5 gets you a lifetime of savings. When you join, we'll give you a free 5-gallon Bi-Mart bucket. Pepsi brand 12-packs are just $8.29 each and buy 2, get 2 free. Save $7 on 12-inch hanging baskets. They're just $27.99. Save $2 on Dawn dish soap, now $7.99. And find a special buy on a 60-count of Friskies Pâté Club Mix wet cat food. Anniversary savings are going on now at Bi-Mart.
Jardiance plays a role in my story, too. I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well with Jardiance, a once-daily pill that helps lower my A1C. It works 24/7 in the body to flush out some sugar.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death, too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is a little pill with a big story to tell. And if you ask me, it's pretty swell. Action!
Struggling with digestive issues? At Prosser Digestive Health Motility Center, board-certified gastroenterologist Dr. Amber Sharon helps uncover real answers close to home. Advanced testing services include anorectal manometry and drug-free biofeedback for chronic constipation and bloating, Bravo pH testing for heartburn, and esophageal manometry to diagnose swallowing problems. Restore your quality of life. Talk to your primary care provider or gastroenterologist about a referral, or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Your time is a luxury. Let your lawn reflect it. Perfection Lawn Care is your private grounds team obsessed with detail. Crisp lines, lush turf, and preventive care that stays ahead of every weed and worry. We take on the heavy work and the fine details, season after season, so you don't have to. Choose a tailored package, come home to perfection, and never lift a finger. Perfection Lawn Care. Elevate your curb appeal. We'll take it from here.
Looking for a used vehicle? Trust the dealer with over 60 years in the Tri-Cities, Overturf Volkswagen. Find a large expanded inventory, fully serviced and thoroughly reconditioned vehicles, on-the-spot financing, top dollar for your trade. Overturf Volkswagen, Kennewick.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning and happy Friday to you. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redman.
And I'm Nicole Stewart.
All right, let's begin with a check on weather, shall we, Nicole? I know a lot of people have a lot of plans this holiday weekend.
Outdoors, of course, yes.
All right, so let's check in with Josh to find out how the weather is going to hold up, because I know there are a lot of things you're looking at right now.
Yeah, we are looking at very nice weather through Sunday, and I have to admit, Memorial Day itself is going to be pretty nice too, if you can look past the winds and the very dry fuels. So that's why we're going with the alert day for Memorial Day for the fire threat. And that's really going to be our doorway into the next pattern, which is going to be cooler. It will feature some small rain chances as well. But for the in-between, for Memorial Day, going with the alert day for fire concerns. We'll have a lot more to say about that later in the show. Okay, wind gusts not really doing anything of note for this morning, and temperatures are mild, 40s and 50s, 50 for Walla Walla, 45 for the Tri-Cities, 46 and Sunnyside. You'll need maybe just a very light jacket as you're headed out the front door for this morning. To that point in Yakima, I'm thinking by 9 a.m., 10 a.m. after that, should be t-shirt weather, as we'll have plenty of sunshine. Highs mostly getting into the 80s for lower elevations. We'll cling on to some upper 70s in the Kittitas Valley, but tracking a pattern flip. Also tracking those climate numbers. I'll have an update on rainfall, snowfall, and reservoir numbers. All that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Well, what started as a neighbor hearing a kitten crying turned into one of the most disturbing animal cruelty investigations Tri-Cities Animal Services has ever seen.
Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen explains how officials say this case is also shining a light on the growing problem of pet overpopulation.
We do want to warn you, some viewers might find this story graphic.
A Kennewick woman is facing a first-degree animal cruelty charge after investigators say dozens of dead cats were found at the Clearwater Bay Apartments Wednesday evening, along with several cats rescued alive. Tri-Cities Animal Services say it started when a neighbor heard a cat in distress at the complex on Clearwater Avenue.
Kitten was found in a bag on a back patio, and then there was other deceased kittens found in bags.
Animal control officers say they responded and asked Kennewick police to investigate the apartment. Officers later arrested the woman who lives there.
There were 71 bags. I mean, if there was 2 kittens in a bag, that never would have went up. But like I said, at different stages of decomp made it impossible to say how many were in there.
Tri-Cities Animal Services says 1 adult cat and 6 kittens were rescued alive. Additional cats were still believed to be inside.
We are working on with cat traps and stuff at the moment, trying to get them out of there so we can get them some help.
Officials say the surviving cats are now being medically evaluated and treated. Animal advocates say cases like this can escalate quickly, especially when pets aren't spayed or neutered.
Cats can have 3 litters a year. It seems like there's a feral cat colony in every neighborhood.
Advocates say the Tri-Cities is already seeing a surge in unwanted litters and overcrowded shelters during kitten season.
We'll never adopt our way out of overpopulation. Spay and neuter is the answer.
Nationally, advocates point to a major post-COVID spay and neuter backlog. One study found over 190,000 fewer surgeries at 212 clinics in 2020 and 2021 compared to expected levels, suggesting a nationwide deficit of more than 2.7 million procedures. POP says it saw that impact locally. Its veterinarian went from about 35 surgeries a day before COVID to 8 to 10 during the pandemic. Officials say cases like this, and Nutmeg here, can often start small and spiral quickly. So make sure to find those spay and neutering resources before it reaches a tipping point. Reporting in Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Tri-Cities Animal Services says rescued cats that are healthy enough will eventually be placed up for adoption after treatment and evaluation. Meanwhile, local advocates say they hope this case encourages more people to seek help early if they become overwhelmed caring for animals.
The Port of Umatilla is moving forward with plans to redevelop the former Umatilla Chemical Depot into a major industrial and economic development site. The property west of Hermiston was transferred to the Columbia Development Authority in 2023 after years of planning between local partners. Officials say the goal is to attract new industry, create jobs, and expand economic opportunities across Northeast Oregon. Crews are now focused on preparing the site for future development and building out infrastructure.
So we are currently working to get some of that property developed, put in infrastructure, pipes, wires, the roads, ingress, egress, and so forth, and identify what would be the highest and best use for people in this region.
Port leaders say the project represents a major long-term investment in the region's future economic growth and industrial development.
Part of Yakima's Hillcrest irrigation system will be temporarily shut down. This as crews work to fix drainage problems and repair roadways in the area. The city of Yakima says the section of the Hillcrest irrigation system between South 19th Avenue and South 16th Avenue from West Arlington Street to Bonnie Doon Avenue will remain closed through June 1st. City officials say the work is needed to address drainage issues and improve road conditions. Officials also note the project timeline could change depending on weather, equipment problems, or other emergencies. The Rosa Irrigation District from Sela to Sunnyside began a temporary shutdown this yesterday of its water system to help conserve supply during a dry season, they say. Crews will shut down different pumps and canal sections through Sunday, with the system expected to stay offline for about 10 days. District officials say the shutdown could save up to 7,000 acre-feet of water for later this summer. Rosa also says water delivery restrictions are expected when the system restarts, and the irrigation season may actually end earlier as well than usual this year. Teams from 10 Pasco elementary schools competed in a citywide soccer tournament.
Featuring boys and girls teams, about 300 students participated Thursday. Held at Edgar Brown Memorial Stadium, games were played between 4 and 8 p.m.
That's a lot of kids out there. Admission was free for all students and attendees. Not only were bragging rights on the line, but trophies as well.
I'm looking forward to winning this championship for the first time. It's my last year, so I just really hope I can get my school a win.
But we just do it for, for the kids, show them, the sportsmanship, discipline, how it feels to be part of a team. For some of them, this is their first experience. Some of them don't have the opportunity to play in a private club just because, of time and our money. But here's a good opportunity for them to start developing the basic skills of soccer.
Along with the tournament, Kona Ice gave away free World Cup sticker booklets. A portion of their shaved ice proceeds also went towards the Pasco School District.
Your time is 6:38 here on your Friday. Coming up, we'll tell you what makes 2 Richland schools stand out among the top 16% of schools in the entire state. And Josh coming back with a look at your weather forecast. He's taking a look at some snowfall totals and rain totals as well. Very important information as we have been drier this season. Find out what that's looking like in your climate report.
The unbelievable summer sticker sales event is going on now at Overturf Kia in Pasco. Save an additional $750 from now until June 1st when you purchase a select new 2026 Sportage, Sportage Hybrid, Sorento, Sorento Hybrid, as well as Carnival and Carnival Hybrid models. Overturf Kia, just south of Highway I-182 at the Road 100 Broadmoor Boulevard exit on St. Thomas Drive in Pasco.
At Prosser Memorial Health, expert skincare starts close to home. Board-certified dermatologist Dr. Richard Lynn is now seeing patients of all ages at Prosser Specialty Clinic, providing comprehensive medical dermatology services. From skin cancer detection and treatment to acne, rashes, psoriasis, and mole or wart removal, you can trust experienced, personalized care. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Lynn by calling 509-786-5599 or visit prosserhealth.org.
Rodney Carrington.
If you've been married for 25 or 30 years, you got there because you learned how to keep your mouth shut in all the right spots. That's right.
Friday, June 26th at Legends Casino Hotel. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com or Legends Gift Shop.
Some things didn't work out like you thought they would. You ain't never been on no fancy Italian vacation, but damn it, you been to Olive Garden for free breadsticks.
Don't miss Rodney Carrington live.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some. Gimme Some Bagels.
We're here for those who build America. Those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay off tomorrow. Who will drive America forward for 250 years to come. If that's who you are, you should pay what we pay.
Now get employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing. You pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
This time of year, dangerous storms pop up, bringing rain, wind, and lightning.
And many times, that lightning causes wildfires, some of which change lives forever.
This is just one reason to trust First Alert Weather from Apple Valley News Now.
With cutting-edge technology and the experience of our team, trust us to help keep your family safe this wildfire season.
On air, online, and mobile with our First Alert Weather app.
First Alert Weather.
Only one station.
Apple Valley News Now, always on your side. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
All right, welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is time for your weekly climate report. Let's dive into the numbers. We start off with the rainfall numbers that we've been tracking since October 1st, and it's good that we have more green than red on this graphic. I wish it was a little bit more green. I wish these numbers were bigger, but 15 to 20% surplus is still very good for the Lower Columbia Basin, a very subtle surplus for the Kittitas Valley, barely breaking even right now in the Yakima Valley, and we're not breaking even for the Blue Foothills, but those are very subtle deficits. Okay, in the Yakima Basin, if you tallied up all the water in the reservoirs right now, there's a 13% surplus, which is good, but this was at like plus 40% just about a month ago. And it's because as we've got in a snow melt season, we just really don't have the snow to melt right now. We have 86% less than average in the Cascades. As we flip things over to the Blues, I want you to pay attention to this number right here. Mackay Dam already at negative 12%. Now look at this. This is very concerning. No more snow in the Blues, at least for the Umatilla, Walla Walla, and Willow basins. See, this basin does run out of snow on average by June 11th. Well, this ran out of snow on May 21st. So we're going to have 3 weeks where we're not going to have any snow melt. And this number accounts for the snow melt. And we're going to have three weeks without that. So this number is going to drop in a hurry, which is very disconcerting. And also on top of that, all these numbers factor into fire season. We have winds that are going to come back into the forecast for Memorial Day. I'll talk about that element of the forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thank you. Well, 2 Richland schools are receiving state recognition for student growth and academic success. Leona Libby Middle School and Tapteel Elementary were recognized through the Washington School Recognition Program. Leona Libby was honored for growth among low-income students, while Tapteel was recognized for improvements among racial and ethnic student groups.
That's why I think our positive behavior supports is so strong. every kid connects with a positive adult here at my school.
District leaders say the recognition reflects the continued effort to make sure all students have the support and resources they need to succeed in the classroom. Your time is 6:45. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we have your morning sprint. Everything you need to know before you head out the door on your Friday morning. And check out this gorgeous shot this morning from Richland. Looking good out here on this Friday, but we do have an alert day on the way for your long holiday weekend. Josh is back to detail that on the other side of the break.
During the Beauty Rest Memorial Day sale at Mattress Depot USA, save up to $1,000 on select Beauty Rest Black adjustable sets.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Get ready, Walla Walla. The sweetest season is here. Join us at the ballpark for opening day, June 2nd, as the Walla Walla Sweets hit the field. We're bringing the fun with post-game fireworks, and 1,000 fans will receive a Sweet Stadium clear backpack. Gates open at 6, so mark your calendar, because this season the Sweets are bringing the thrill of baseball back to Walla Walla. Check our website for ticket packages and get your tickets now. Be part of the Walla Walla Sweets experience this season. Let's play ball.
Ready to refresh your home for less? At the Tri-County Partners Habitat store, find home upgrades, electrical, lighting, flooring, furniture, outdoor pavers, and more at affordable prices. And new this season, we design and sell custom cabinets. Best of all, every purchase supports Habitat's mission, helping build homes for local families. Great prices, greater purpose. Visit the Habitat store today. Your next project starts here.
For 50 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
If you think Dee Dee likes to rough it out here in the wilds of Washington,
then you'd be wrong.
You see, Legends is where I like to roll.
Yep, Dee Dee and her beau know that Legends is the best place to stay and play this side of Mount Adams. Legends Casino Hotel. Because fun is how we roll.
At Prosser Memorial Health, expert skincare starts close to home. Board-certified dermatologist Dr. Richard Lynn is now seeing patients of all ages at Prosser Specialty Clinic, providing comprehensive medical dermatology services. From skin cancer detection and treatment to acne, rashes, psoriasis, and mole or wart removal, you can trust experienced, personalized care. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Lynn by calling 509-786-5599 or visit prosserhealth.org.
During the Beauty Rest Memorial Day sale at Mattress Depot USA, save up to $1,000 on select Beauty Rest Black adjustable sets.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
We do unfortunately have an alert day for Memorial Day, as it'll be windy. The vegetation is going to be very dry. We'll talk a lot more about that in a second. But first, I did want to bring up Saturday, as Saturday is going to be no walk in the park when it comes to the fire setup, as it will be very dry and the winds will be a factor, especially in the Kittitas Valley, gusts between 40 to 45 miles per hour. Then into the evening, they'll actually pick up a little bit more for the Yakima Valley, for the Lower Columbia Basin, and for the Bluefoot Hills. Okay, but then for Monday, the vegetation, I know still technically a level 3 out of 5, very dry, but almost on the cusp, almost being critically dry, so right on the cusp between very and critically dry. And the winds will be consistently stronger across the map for Memorial Day. Gusts anywhere between mostly 35 to 40 miles per hour, a little bit closer to 50 miles per hour for US 97 at Salinas Pass. So in those conditions, fires could start or spread quickly. So here's how to prevent wildfires. Follow all of those local fire restrictions. Secure ignition sources. Use equipment carefully. We've heard a lot of stories already in this early fire season of fires starting from chains dragging behind vehicles. Don't be guilty of that, and then report smoke very quickly. You can find that full list posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Okay, there is a little caveat to the Memorial Day forecast, though. There are actually some rain chances. They're going to end up being pretty small. It's because of this storm system that is way off in the Pacific right now to the south of the Bering Strait of Alaska. And the precip chances in the Tri-Cities just going to be 20%, 10% for Memorial Day and Tuesday, respectively. And in terms of the rainfall, we're expecting from 5 a.m. on Memorial Day to 5 in the morning next Wednesday. Not much at all for lower elevations. So there will be an uptick in moisture that could tamp down fire concerns for Monday. Everything's going to be so dry and the winds are going to be so rampant. We're going with an alert day anyway. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Dry, sunny, and warming up through Sunday, then a pattern flip for next week. In Yakima, mid-80s and sunny through Sunday, then cooler and windier for Memorial Day. In Ellensburg, watching winds pick up for Saturday, but fire fuels will be drier overall by Monday. In Hermiston, dry and warming up through Sunday, then a cooler and damper pattern starting Memorial Day. Finally for Walla Walla, a lovely stretch of weather over the next 3 days, then slightly more unsettled starting on Monday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, it's on track to be the song of the summer.
First time in San Juan, mi hijo.
And it was created with AI.
Capital of Puerto Rico.
The Puerto Rico song has become a viral hit on TikTok.
I'm waking up, I got O-Town doing dances to it, like, it's incredible.
Bill Steitler of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is behind the lyrics, but the rest of the song was created by Suno, an AI music generator. Telling our Sophie Flay he puts the lyrics into the program and gives it a prompt of what he wants the song to sound like.
What did you say you wanted it to sound like?
You gotta pay me for that. That's the secret sauce.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on what this new type of AI collaboration means for the music industry. With your GMA First Look, I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Your mental health is better. But having uncontrollable body movements called TD, tardive dyskinesia, can feel embarrassing.
I asked my doctor about treating my TD with Ingrezza.
#1 prescribed Ingrezza reduced TD movements by greater than 10 times, with most seeing a response as early as 2 weeks. And you can keep taking most mental health meds.
Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden behavior or mood changes, or suicidal thoughts. Don't take Ingrezza if allergic. Serious side effects may include allergic reactions like sudden, potentially fatal swelling and hives, sleepiness, the most common side effect, and heart rhythm problems. Know how Ingrezza affects you before operating a car or dangerous machinery. Report fever, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these might be life-threatening. Shaking, stiffness, drooling, and trouble with moving or balance may occur.
Taking control starts with asking your doctor about Ingrezza. Ingrezza.
Now, the Morning Sprint.
Beginning with national headlines, House Republican leaders canceled a vote Thursday on a resolution to limit President Trump's war powers. The vote was called off as Republicans were on the verge of losing due to absences. The resolution to limit the president's war powers was introduced by New York Democrat Gregory Meeks, who told reporters he thought House Speaker Mike Johnson was stalling. A record 45 million Americans are expected to travel for Memorial Day weekend. AAA projects nearly 40 million people will hit the road, making road trips the most popular option yet again this year. Despite higher gas prices, travel demand remains strong as many Americans kick off the unofficial start of summer. More than 3.5 million travelers are expected to fly.
Spotify is making it easier for people to see their favorite bands and singers in person. The streaming service is setting aside tickets for those who are determined to be the biggest fans of these artists. Spotify will use streams and shares to pick people who will be eligible for this offer. This arrangement, which starts this summer, comes due to a multi-year partnership between Spotify and Live Nation. Here's the top 5 local things you need to know. Fire danger in Benton County is high. People are reminded that no residential burning is allowed within city limits and the surrounding areas. Upper Yakima Valley and Kittitas County have already been in the high category. The lower Yakima Valley is currently in moderate.
A judge found Franklin County Sheriff Jim Raymond in contempt of court. This for apparently failing to follow a court order that he return alleged county-owned property. In a hearing yesterday, Judge Brandon Johnson says Sheriff Raymond must hand over 6 guns, a fingerprint scanner, taser cartridges, and a patrol car by Wednesday, May 27th, or he'll face a $3,500 fine.
A woman is facing animal cruelty charges after investigators say they found dozens of dead cats at a Kennewick apartment complex. Police say the case started when a neighbor heard a kitten crying and discovered a live kitten left in a bag on a back patio. Officers arrested the woman on first-degree animal cruelty.
Frequent drivers of Highway 395 know the dangers, but first-timers may not. Washington State Patrol says unfamiliarity with acceleration lanes is a big problem. So WashDOT and WSP are pushing education with a new How to Merge video. This comes as troopers ramp up emphasis patrols ahead of busy Memorial Day travel. That video link can be found at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
The Rosa Irrigation District from Sela to Sunnyside began a temporary shutdown yesterday of its water system to help conserve supply during a dry season. Crews will shut down different pumps and canal sections through Sunday, with the system expected to stay offline for about 10 days.
All right, now on to those weather conditions as you're headed out the front door on this Friday morning. Wind gusts, forget about it. Nothing to be concerned about right now, but temperatures 40s and 50s, pretty mild stuff. You'll perhaps need a very light jacket as you're headed out the front door, but no jacket necessary as we get into the late morning, and then certainly not into the afternoon. We'll be around 80 for lunchtime, closer to 85 for the warmest part of the day in the Tri-City. So for today, lots of sunshine, highs getting into the 70s and 80s, but mostly in the 80s for lower elevations. Get out there and enjoy it if you're lucky enough to do so. And then we will see similar conditions for Saturday and Sunday. The trend next week is going to be cooler, a little bit more damp, but for the pivot, Monday, Memorial Day, it's going to be windy. The fuels are going to be very dry. Yes, there is a low-end chance of some rainfall, but we're concerned about fires starting and spreading quickly.
All right, well, that'll do it for us. Thank you so much for joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. Hoping you have a wonderful and safe Memorial Day weekend.
And we'll see you this time on Monday.
Have a great day.